This is possibly the worst boat I've ever bought, but it says Boston Whaler on the side. It's a mess. Somebody glued some carpet onto the sides. I can appreciate some nice soft marine carpet, but that is a fail. There's a lot of rotten wood up underneath that console. There's a lot of rotten wood everywhere. The steering system is really rickety and creaky. I don't think it's going to be usable because it's the old school pulley style steering system. Pretty sure that the outboard doesn't run or isn't going to run. The flywheel's not locked up, but it doesn't spin very freely when you try to pull start it. The trailer's in terrible shape, but at least that's going to be fixable. Just needs a wheel bearing job, some new tires, some new lights, and maybe a jack stand up front. Needs a good cleaning. It needs some wood cut for the front here. The winch stand is bent sideways, because why wouldn't it be? Let's just bend that. The tires are dead. The trailer needs sanded and painted. It does say Boston Whaler on the side though, but they sure did make a lot of these 13-foot whalers. The cup holder doesn't even unfold, so yeah, who cares? The throttle's not hooked up to the side anymore, because why would it be? The gas tank is built into the seat underneath it, which is very weird, and that's just simply not going to stay because it looks like it's dirty, but I haven't opened it up yet. So this thing is so dirty that I'm not even going to put it into the garage until after I give it a good cleaning. And I guess you store your fenders in here when you're driving it on the highway on the trailer, right? Because why else would it have round things? Came with a anchor light. Yeah, right. So this is what happens when you buy a toy and just don't take care of it and leave it sitting outside. Oh, the trolling plate has some nice holes cut in it because, you know, that gives it some more speed when the trolling plate is designed to slow it down, right? You might need that. Whew, what a mess. We'll see what happens with this one. What's going on in the world of Boston Whaler project? Well, got all the leaves out 2 nights ago. And then two nights ago, I also took out the bench seats, the fuel tank, the handrail on that side. This handrail is still in because there's some steering cables intertwined with this handrail, but I'll get it out eventually. Also, I don't have the right kind of screwdriver to unscrew this at an angle down here. Started cleaning some of the carpet out. Whatever you do, if you're working on one of these, do not take carpet and glue it into a Boston Whaler. Just don't do that, because it ain't gonna work. It looks terrible, especially after a few years when the carpet gets old. So we've got all the interior parts are out for the most part. There's a few more that might come out, or maybe not. Last night worked on this outboard, and the good news is it has 150 pounds of compression on both cylinders, so that's really good. When you connect the outboard to a battery and try to start it with the key down there, nothing happens. But when you connect power to the starter and ground it from a good battery, the starter kicks up, turns the flywheel, and the motor tries to start. So I put some 2-stroke oil in a little bit, squirted a little bit into each one of the 2 cylinders, and squirted just a little bit into each one of the 2 carburetors, which is behind this black cover. And then I connected power to the starter again And not only did it start, but it ran for about 4 seconds. So good news is I think this motor is going to be a winner. Definitely not going in the dumpster like I was thinking about doing, because it's got compression and it starts. So maybe I cannot figure out if the motor runs until after I get this key to turn the motor over and I put gas in it just to see if it'll run by itself. I'm not going to assume that the carburetor's bad until after I get it to key start. So to get it to key start, I jumped this brown wire, which goes to the solenoid, which I think is a starting solenoid. I jumped this brown wire up to this, and then it started, which means that the problem is in front of this brown wire. And when I say in front of, I mean it's between this solenoid and this brown wire goes all the way down through this cable and all the way up into the throttle control box. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the throttle control box apart and see if that brown wire is broken in there somewhere or disconnected from something. So that is my update for now. I don't always film this stuff, but maybe I'll start doing that. It just takes a massive amount of battery power and camera equipment. I'd rather just explain to you what I did, and then if you're having the same problem, at least you've got a little bit of a visual. So more update coming soon. That's what I've done so far in 2 days.